Hi there. Today is February 20th. Is that right? 2019. And welcome to I Hate Pot. I have with me my friend Zara Phillips. Zara, am I allowed to say how we know each other?
You can.
Okay, so Zara is my Al-Anon sponsor. So she's highly qualified for an episode of I Hate Pot. So, Zara, would you tell us a little about your experiences with the effect on the brain? Kitty. She's allergic to cats, so it's very nice of her to be here with Wonder and me. Okay,
well,
the effect,
as somebody that used to smoke pot a lot, and I'm in recovery too, as you know, I know what it did to me. I know, I mean, it was a long time ago that I was smoking pot, so the stuff that the kids are smoking now is way more potent than when I was younger. But for me, I lost inhibition. I believed that if I took it, it would calm my anxiety down. But it didn't. It was just this vicious circle. It actually made me so paranoid, but I didn't know because I thought I was paranoid and I kept thinking if I smoke it, it will calm me down.
Right, let me just ask you, don't forget your train of thought. At what point did you realize it was having that adverse reverse effect? Were you in denial for a time?
I was in denial, but to be honest with you, it was only when I stopped.
Right.
And then I was like, oh my God, I'm not paranoid anymore. And a lot of these anxieties, I mean, I still struggled with some anxiety because I think a lot of addicts, we're self-medicating. That's why we're drawn towards it.
Yes, of course.
But the paranoia, that left me completely.
Yeah.
Down.
You know, in the 70s, you're too young to know this, but some of our viewers know that. In the 70s, it was thought of that drugs like cocaine and stuff caused a lot marijuana.
Yeah.
And that marijuana was exempt. Wait, so that we're not cutting you off. Marijuana did not. But in my observation, it is heavy duty in the area of creating paranoia.
Well, what I find really challenging right now, as you know, I have teenagers.
Yes.
And they'll say, it's fine to smoke pot, but what it does to the teenage brain, the brain is not developed properly.
Right, not to 26.
It affects the teenage brain. A lot of this stuff, they're saying, oh, let's make pot legal.
Right.
But I still am very nervous about that because I feel that if you're an addict, you're an addict. You're going to become addicted to it.
Yes.
I mean, if it's legal, then, and maybe some people don't have a problem with it. They can smoke it, they can put it down.
Yeah.
The thing that worries me is the effect, there are incidences of teenagers smoking pot and having psychotic episodes.
Yes, absolutely.
It changes the brain pattern to that of a psychotic.
Yes.
And, they arrive in the hospitals or whatever, and people will go, well, that's why we need to legalize it. But even very pure, potent weed can affect the brain that way.
Exactly. And we're going to find out.
Yes.
We're going to find out after the fact, and the fact is going to be a lot of very heartbreaking facts. And I think that, my mom, who doesn't like marijuana but doesn't believe in interference with individuals' lives, and who is an advocate of legalizing, one of the things that they say is, well, otherwise it's black market or whatever that's called these days. The fact is, there's going to be corruption in the sale of anything profitable,
Absolutely.
No matter what.
And actually, in states where it is already legalized,
problems.
There are situations still where these kids are having psychotic episodes.
Oh, for sure.
And
that's
children
for
with
sure,
mental health issues, and this is the really important piece.
Yes.
Any teenager that has mental health, like bipolar spectrum, anxiety, depression, and they're on a medication.
Yes.
If they smoke pot, it blocks the medication.
Right.
So if you have a teenager that is on medication,
properly medicated,
and they're smoking pot, the medication will not work.
Yeah. Incredible.
And psychiatrists will say that to their patients.
Yes.
But, teenagers might still think, especially with mental health issues, oh, but I can still smoke it.
Right, of course.
And then it's just a vicious circle. And then you end up on more drugs.
Yeah.
And you're just in this cycle.
Yeah.
I mean, it worries me too.
Well, the whole thing you're describing reminds me very much, pot is assigned a benign label, as if it's not really a drug. That's been going on for years, since the 60s. And it reminds me of when you go to, let's say, a seminar about domestic violence, and you have some people, either perpetrators or victims, who are in denial, and they'll say things like, well, yeah, I just put my hand up so that she should know not to come any further, when really he slugged her in the face, right? And it's this kind of cute, benign way of labeling the incident incredibly dangerous, because that's how you end up with something that escalates to a real major problem. And this is just, it's just not true. The idea of drug being, I remember working on Give Me a Break with Nell Carter, and she was defending marijuana early in the days on the show. She had literature proving it wasn't a drug. And then she got sober, and then she got educated, and then she found literature declaring it certainly was a drug. And there was evidence then. We're talking about Give Me a Break. That show was a long time ago.
The medicinal value.
Of course, I understand.
Yes. I have no problem with that.
Right.
Because that doesn't make you high.
Right.
That is, and it serves an amazing purpose.
Sure.
But,
yeah, but even that, they say that for a while it helps epilepsy and so forth. That's fantastic. But it has to be tracked, because I hear that it actually doesn't continue to work. And there is cannabis-induced psychosis, what you're talking about. There's cannabis-induced dementia.
Yes.
And then just, listen, if nothing else, it gives you eyes bigger than your stomach. So basically what I mean by that is people sit around on the couch getting high with all kinds of lofty dreams, and the inability, they can't even face another human being. They're so antisocial. They have no ability to take the steps it takes to get there.
And you lose all, your excitement for life, your energy.
Exactly.
And that's why I talk about that a lot. And as somebody that used to do it, I know that I did not have the same, and I couldn't really function.
Right. Interesting.
And not everybody's an addict.
No, of course.
Obviously, people drink, they're not alcoholics.
Yes, or work or eat or whatever, anything.
But if you are...
Yes. But there is such thing as being. And
pot is addictive.
Yes.
And it will lead to other drugs. I believe it's a gateway drug. I really do.
Yeah, I do too, as cliche as that sounds, an 8th grade health class and whatever.
Yeah.
But I really think so too. I think that we have clear living evidence of that. Yeah. And I just hope that there's not a lot of pain and suffering that happens before people really start to realize. There's something else I thought of while we were talking. I will think of it again while we're not talking, and that'll be what our next episode's about. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.